All good.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I was just making sure we wrote. It's not up on my page yet. Wait, I'm refreshing. Yeah, it's not up on my page yet. Are you on the right profile? Just double check. Oh, here we are. Okay, sorry. It was good. It's like I'm on the right page. Okay, I'm gonna go down here so that we will see if there's any comments. Okay, so hi everybody.
Hi everyone.
Lisa, David.
You saw us last night.
Yeah. Right. Hey, you guys look familiar. You're really familiar. One of the things we've been getting some questions on lately, and hi Ali. I have a TV over here so we can see your comments because I can't read here. Oh, hi Stephen, hi Carol. We have a number of people who are asking about tarnishing, and it's something that we haven't really talked about. You know, for a while we talked about it, and I feel like everybody kind of got it, and it's been a while, so now we have a lot of new people, and they're kind of not as, oh, Christmas Julie, hi Christmas Julie. And they're, you know, not as familiar. So we wanted to talk about the subject of tarnishing in jewelry. Hey Brenda, because of the fact that I think a lot of people have some misconceptions about why it happens, what it happens to, what causes it, things like that. Hi Tirla, hi Gay. So one of the things I just want to mention first of all is that tarnishing is actually, it's not about so much the metals it's made out of as about the chemicals in the air or the things in the air around the jewelry. And that means that I have an 18 karat gold piece of jewelry, 18 karat gold with diamonds that I bought in Italy. The original, my favorite cross. Yeah. By the way, just the cost of the materials was a few $1,000s. So this is very, very, very well made. And it tarnished. Yeah. And why does that happen, David Markstein?
So there are so many reasons. There are so many reasons why jewelry can tarnish. And the first thing you're going to say is, well, obviously it's poorly made, or the manufacturer didn't plate it enough. And that's not the case. There are so many different reasons. Lisa, you told me you had an 18 karat gold solid necklace that ended up tarnishing.
Yeah, because what happens is, by the way, if something isn't made well, it is more likely to tarnish, or you know, it'll tarnish very quickly. And I think the reason people think that tarnishing equals low quality is that it can lead to faster tarnishing. So there's something in the industry called flash plating. Flash plating is a very thin coating of gold to plate something. We never use that, we never have, we've never allowed that. It's never been something that we have been on board for. All of our jewelry is very high quality, very well done, the highest quality standards. And we make sure that the tarnishing is prevented as much as possible because we use the highest quality factories in Italy. The ones that plate our jewelry are the ones that only do, in most cases, plating. And they know that there are different steps required if they're plating silver or plating bronze. The longevity of the piece shouldn't be affected by that. But there are invisible things that do affect tarnishing, that decide whether or not something tarnishes. And it's not always something you have any control over, and it's not always something you would always think of.
Yeah, so the first thing I would say is there's nothing to take personal about this, because if your jewelry does tarnish, there's so many different reasons why. We talked about the fact that it could be just the pH in your skin, and it doesn't mean anything's wrong with your pH. It just, some people react differently.
Yeah, some people are more acidic. It can be the environment.
It can be the environment.
It can be anything around the jewelry. So, for example, if you have a piece of jewelry and it's being stored near other jewelry, your other jewelry, and some of your other jewelry is leather. There's a lot of chemicals that are used to tan leather. Those chemicals are still coming out of the leather into the air and will help tarnish your piece of jewelry. Maybe you have a piece of jewelry next to it and an adhesive was used in another piece of jewelry that wasn't sealed correctly. That is still giving off chemicals. That can make your piece of jewelry tarnish. It can be something that you are wearing on your skin, like a perfume or a lotion, or anything like that that makes you feel good and smell good, but it might not always have chemicals that are good for your jewelry. It can also be chemicals or minerals in your water, depending on where you live and what's in your water. So I think in a lot of cases people think, well, what am I doing wrong? You might not be doing anything wrong. And you can still have the highest quality jewelry that occasionally, depending on what's around it, can tarnish. And different environments and different people and different lifestyles are more prone to that, just depending on the chemicals and everything.
One of the things I always say is it's better tarnishing and water do not mix, as you said. So I say, if you're going to wash your hands, take off your rings. If you're going to shower, take off your jewelry. I don't even think it's good to sleep in your jewelry personally, but it's some people do. It just depends.
Here's the weird thing. Some people, and I don't know why, because of the water and because of where they live and because of I don't know, they can wear their jewelry in the shower all the time and it will never tarnish. And then another person will do the same thing and it will tarnish. It's not always things you can see. It can be something else besides that. It's just, that's a safeguard, that's a precaution.
Yes.
Better safe than sorry. If it's something you're worried about, don't put it in the water because the water has chemicals, that kind of thing. But if your jewelry does tarnish, it is not the end of the world.
That's right.
And this is something that I think is exciting is we sold this jewelry cleaner for a while, and then we had issues with shipping it. And so, you know what, you're better off just walking into a store and getting it, and we get that. So we're just going to tell you what it is so that you can walk into a store and get it.
And there are many different jewelry cleaners. This is what we like.
Yeah, we've tried, this is one that we've tried, and we really like, so we want to show it to you. It's called Connoisseurs. And they have a number of different ones. They have a silver one, they have a, it's the one for silver that we always use. We like that for all the metals.
Yeah.
We use that for all of them.
We do it for all of them. But Lisa's going to explain and actually show you how tarnished jewelry can look new again.
Okay, so are you ready? Because this is really exciting.
And
okay.
I will just say, as Lisa's doing this, that it's really important to follow the instructions.
Yes, and we're going to tell you what's important. So this is an earring that is tarnished, right? Hi, Peggy Ann. And then what you're going to do is you're going to open up your jewelry cleaner and you're going to put this in the little tray, right? Hi, little tray. And then you're going to put it down in for 10 seconds. I like to agitate it like it's a washing machine. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Do you see it turning? 6,000, 7,000. This is so exciting. 8,000, 9,000, 10,000. Oh my gosh, it's a brand new piece of jewelry, right? So this is exactly the same because this is all live. How beautiful is this? And now, this is very important.
Yes.
You rinse it. You must put it in water.
And not very long, enough that you get all of the solution off of your earring.
And then you're going to very gently dry it. You can buff it a little bit if you want to with a soft cloth, but here's what's important. I only left this in for 10 seconds. Now, if this isn't completely clean, you can put it back in, but be careful because if you put it in there and leave it, it will take the gold off of the piece if you leave it too long.
And it doesn't matter how much plating we put on it, it will do that.
I mean, eventually it would dissolve a piece of jewelry if you left it in there. And we say that because when we offered this, we had an email from somebody saying, I don't understand the problem. I left my piece of jewelry in there overnight. You're like, well, it's a 10-second treatment, people. There's a reason.
Now, really important that when you're done washing it, you must dry it completely. I told you again, water and tarnishing hate each other.
Not only that, but whenever I've cleaned a piece of jewelry and I've rinsed it, even though I've dried it and buffed it, I leave it out. I want to make sure that if there's any holes in it, if any water got in it, I want to give it time for that water to evaporate out, not to come out on its own later. So, you know, I washed, it's all nice and clean and pretty now.
And we have the soft cloth here. I recommend not using a paper towel if it's all you have. I just don't want you to scratch the jewelry at all and just keep it nice for as long as you have.
Okay, what else are we going to clean? That was yellow. Let's clean something in rose. And this works, by the way. We've used this jewelry cleaner for gold over bronze, gold over silver, silver on its own, rhodium over silver. You get the idea.
Now notice that we're putting both the chain and the pendant in here. So two different processes here, and let's see what happens.
Okay. I also want to remind you to read the instructions on gemstones. If you have any gemstones, or if your piece is oxidized, that's going to be a different thing. So I have the chain and the pendant in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look how well I count. 6. College did a lot for me.
Right now.
7, 8, 9, 10. Can you see how?
Oh my gosh. Look at that.
And the angels sang.
Now, I'm hoping you're watching on your phone or maybe a laptop, but I hope you can see the difference before and after here. So everyone is always writing customer care, which I love, and saying, what do I do? And so this is what I explain, exactly what Lisa's doing right now. And it's what I think is just so great. And honestly, it looks like you just pulled this out of the box the first time you wore it. Can you see the difference of that?
Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. So one of the things to remember is we make sure that everything that we offer you has a significant coating of gold, a significant plating of gold. That's very, very important to us. But even solid gold can tarnish. What this is going to do is this is going to take away the tarnish, but you don't want to use it a million times because eventually the plating will be gone, and you don't want to leave it overnight. You don't want just 10 seconds at a time, super, super easy. And again, make sure and read the instructions on oxidation. If you have silver that has intentional oxidizing on it, that will probably require a different process because you don't want to take the oxidizing off. Some gemstones you don't want to put in this cleaner, like no pearls, no emeralds. So, make sure and read the instructions on what gemstones are okay in there. But it really is, and there are some other things you can do too. There are cloths that you can use to buff. There's a number of different things that you can do, but having a piece of jewelry tarnish is not always dependent on you. It's not always in your control, and it's not always anything about the piece. It's just chemicals in the air around it.
One thing I want you to do to show it really clear, I only want you to dip half of this in. I want to show the half that you dip versus the half that's tarnished.
Oh,
so
okay.
I want you to just show part of it, and you'll see. I want you to see the difference because sometimes in here you're like, well, I didn't know what it looked like before.
Okay.
So now you're gonna.
Okay, I'm gonna do one half here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You ready?
There you go.
Now, let me just wash that, dry it real quick. I'm gonna put this on my hand, one half next to the other.
Can you see the difference?
Do you see that one half is dark and one half is light? So this was before and this is after. But I think the earring might be an even better example.
Yeah.
But do you see, this is with the tarnish, this is without the tarnish.
I can see it from here.
It's hard,
And it really
is a huge difference.
It really is that simple, but I do want to say one thing. So let's say it's really tarnished badly, and you do it once and it gets good. It looks good, but not great. You can do it again for another 10 seconds, but start the same process completely over again with it being dry after washing it in water, and then you can go back again for a second try.
Okay, I just cleaned this pair of earrings because the other pair.
Oh my gosh, look at
the
that.
other one. So hold on.
And this has chain on it too, by the way, everyone. This is like tubing.
So I
and
just
chain.
did this 10 seconds, and now I'm gonna dry it. And now I'm going to put it next to the one that's tarnished.
Oh, so much better than my example.
See? Well, this is why you brought a pair of earrings, so this makes sense.
Yeah, so it makes sense. You can see that.
Yeah, definitely make sure to rinse it afterwards. Make sure to dry it completely with the soft cloth. And I always recommend leaving it out to air dry even after that for a few days. I want to make sure that if there's any jewelry any water that's gotten into the jewelry, that it has time to evaporate back out. And sometimes, especially if something is electroform, there can be a tiny hole in it, and then the water can get in through the hole, and so it can happen. So once again, this is the Connoisseur Silver Jewelry Cleaner. They make a number of different jewelry cleaners. We like this one. We've used it quite a bit.
There are so many places to get it, but what I would recommend to you is just Google it, and so many places come up where you can buy it online or in the store. But
Cecilia's asking if you can clean sterling silver the same way. Absolutely. In fact, this is actually made for silver. We just like it for all different metals. But I want to remind you that if you have silver with oxidizing, and oxidizing is that intentional black that you get in kind of cool jewelry, that would be a different process because you don't want to take the oxidizing off. So that would be a different process. But if it's sterling silver with no oxidizing, you can use this. And again, make sure and read the instructions on what gemstones are okay to use in this as well.
But I do understand why this would happen to them. Let's say they have it a couple months and all of a sudden it tarnishes. I understand why they'd be like, well, it's cheap jewelry. It's the manufacturer's fault. And we're saying to you now, this is why we want to educate you a little bit. And we've been doing this a long time. We've been doing jewelry now for 30 years, and I've seen everything under the sun happen to jewelry. But I think for tarnishing, I love the solution we're giving you, and we're trying to help explain a little bit of why this happens in the environment.
So it's so funny because I had a friend of mine a number of years ago who owned a restaurant, and he said one of the biggest things that made him frustrated about owning a restaurant was the minute somebody didn't feel good, they would go, "Oh, where did I eat last?" And they blame it on the restaurant. He was like, "I guarantee you, my kitchen is cleaner," And I think that it's just the first thing, the natural thing to think is, if something, if there's an issue, something must be wrong, and that's just not the case. There are invisible things in the world around us that we don't see that are actually the causes of tarnish. So we just wanted to show you that. And somebody was asking, does Amazon have it? I'm not sure. Lisa said, can 14 karat gold be cleaned in this? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
We've cleaned all different carat weights of gold using this cleaner, silver using this cleaner, and I'm sure that Amazon has this. I mean, this is carried in a lot of different stores. We actually carried it for a while, but we had some issues with shipping it, and we just realized it's not really worth it for us. It's not what we do. We give you beautiful, beautiful jewelry, and we're more than happy to tell you this one because we like it. We've used it. We think it's good. And you know, we just have used it for all different metals. It's super easy.
I see a lot of questions on gemstone jewelry. Let me explain how I would answer that, because I don't want to be responsible for you ruining gemstone jewelry. But what I do recommend on that is, I would say that the same company carries polishing cloths with the same solution on there. There's a tip, a pen that's made for diamonds that you can do just around the diamond, not touch it, around the gemstone, not touch it. I would say before you just dip your gemstone in here, because I don't want to be responsible for telling you that.
Gemstones are a different ballgame. So some stones would probably be okay in here, and some settings would probably be okay in here, but I would err on the side of caution. I would read all the instructions. I would make sure before I put anything in. And one thing I'll tell you immediately, don't put turquoise in there, don't put emerald in there, don't put pearls in there, don't put opals in there. Right off the top of my head, I'm telling you right now, don't put those things in there. So, you know, those are some things. But again, I think if it's cubic zirconia, you're probably fine. I'm sure there's other gemstones that are fine depending on the setting, but definitely there are instructions on this on what gemstones we get. And there are different things that you can use to clean besides this. There's claws, there's pens, there's different things like that.
And the examples we just gave you were not all sterling silver. We gave you a bronze example, sterling silver example. So you can, if you own bronze jewelry, just use it the same way. Again, it should work the same way. Again, just follow the instructions though, and don't go more than 10 seconds at a time. Yeah.
So I hope that helps. Hi Lisa, thank you. Hey Deb. Deborah said that Amazon does have it this way.
Oh good, thank you for sharing that.
And Wendy was saying that you can take your gemstones to a professional jeweler and have them cleaned. By the way, taking any piece of jewelry to a professional jeweler to have it cleaned is always a good option if you have a jeweler in your area that does that. I think that it's increasingly difficult to find. A lot of places don't do that, but if you have one and you know you would rather pay someone to do it, I think that's awesome. You know, that's always a great way to go. Just in a lot of cases, it's not an option. So you know. Want to make sure if you want to do it yourself at home, you can.
So, I guess one more thing we want to talk about, if that's okay with you.
Yes.
So, we're a small company, everyone. And we you know, Lisa has made sure when we all joined here that everyone here should know customer care.
Yes.
And, you know, it's hard sometimes, you know, I don't know, but we all use each other. Hey, how would you answer this? But we want to help you so much. Can you explain why it's hard to help on your Facebook page?
Yes. So
something about a personal problem.
Right. So here's the thing: is that we have a team, and David is part of the team. Ailey is on the camera and now is part of the team. Everyone on our small team helps with customer care. In order to help with customer care, that means we have to go into a specific program, a specific software program that links to all the other programs, okay? You have to know how to use that, and you have to be able to go through all these different little pathways and figure out how to get the answers to the questions. And it's not as easy as you think. And some of the things that make it more challenging is that people will order under different emails. So they'll email you under one email when their order's under a different email. You know, there's a lot of things that, and I've done the same thing as a customer, so I understand it's not like you're intentionally being difficult, but there are things that make it challenging. When I'm reading my Facebook, I don't have access to those systems. I'm the one reading my Facebook, I'm the one answering. I don't have access to those systems. So if you ask me a question on Facebook, I can't answer you because I can't access the systems that all link together that would give the answers on that. So Facebook is a lot of fun. It's something we enjoy. We have been very, very busy lately, so we haven't been doing as much what I would call content, you know, just fun things. And hopefully we're going to be able to get into doing more of that as time goes. But Facebook really is about shopping and about having fun, about spending time together. And if you ever have an issue, we do have a team that is standing by to help you. And that email is customer care, all one word, customer care, all lowercase, customer care, all one word, at lisarobertson.com. You will get an answer. If you do not get an answer, it did not go through correctly. Trust me when I tell you, you will get an answer. And you will find that we have a very, very qualified team of people to help you. Nina is a name that you'll see on customer care. Liz is a name you'll see on customer care. Ryan helps with customer care, Ailey helps with customer care, David helps with customer care, Sam helps with customer care. You won't see my name on customer care much. That's one of the things that I don't really do as much myself. When there are issues, then the entire team will raise it and say, hey, you know, somebody's asking this question, does somebody else have the answer? Or, hey, Lisa, this has happened, what do you think about this? So we all work together on it, but the names of the people that you see are all the names of our team. But again, if you want an answer to a question, you have to ask the people who have the access to the programs and the systems, and that's not on Facebook.
Exactly. So, we can't help you the same way we can when you write to the customer care, because we're ready for it. We have all these people working. We're not on Lisa's Facebook page all the time. Oh, there's a customer.
I'm on my Facebook page and I answer my Facebook page. But and I know it can be frustrating, but if Facebook were about customer care, it would not be anywhere you'd want to hang out anymore.
Yeah.
Because all it would be was, you don't want to sit there and read through the frustrations that everybody has day to day. And you know what? We aren't perfect. The logistics, like UPS isn't perfect. The postal system isn't perfect. Nothing's perfect. Sometimes things happen and we'll fix it and we'll address it. But Facebook is about fun. I don't have access to the programs to help you on Facebook. So I just wanted to clear up if somebody goes, I've asked on Facebook. You're like, well, then you're just asking the wrong place. So you're going to my neighbor's house and asking about me, but I'm not at my neighbor's house. So if you have a question about me, you come to my house. So that's why customer care at lisarobertson.com, and everybody on the team is there to help you.
We are, and we're human. Sometimes it does take us a little bit of time to get back to you, but it's not because we are against you. It just, we do it as fast
as maybe a day or two.
Yeah.
Like we're on it. Just I want you to think
it's sometimes
we're on it.
Yeah. But I think we're always here to help you. We want to help you. So just send your concerns or comments, or even a lot of people send great things about. Oh my God, I love my jewelry, and I love hearing that too. By the way, anything you have a concern with, please reach out to our customer care.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, everyone.
If there are any other, Marie said customer care is great.
Thank you,
Thanks, Marie. I have to say, it's interesting because everybody on customer care is always comparing notes. It was like, oh, well, you know what? I was helping so-and-so today and they were so nice. It's just, one of those things where I think everybody here really is here to help you. It doesn't always mean it's going to happen in exactly the moment, in exactly the way. But trust when I tell you, we will do our best to get it figured out. Absolutely. And if you're emailing and you're not getting an answer, then the email is not.
Just show the difference before.
Okay.
Someone might be tuning in now. Just show.
Right. So here is the piece tarnished, right? And then here it is. Here's the other earring because they were both tarnished, and we just cleaned this one in real time. Isn't that amazing?
So you can see the difference, and if you're just tuning in, there is a solution if it does tarnish for you.
So, and we're just using a solution called Connoisseur Jewelry Cleaner. Very, very easy. So once again, let me see if there's anything else. Oh, there you go.
I'd love you to do that one.
So when you look at this, look at how this is really, really tarnished. You can see it's literally turning colors, right? Now I am going to kind of evenly disperse it around. So I got a little cuff. Now I need 10 seconds. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000. Voila. How amazing. This is the same piece of jewelry. Isn't that wild?
If you could see Ellie's face, it's like...
I know.
She's like...
Because I think in person, it's so dramatic. In person, it's so dramatic.
It really
And then you
is.
rinse it. Make sure and rinse it.
Always rinse it.
And then you're going to dry it.
Very completely. Just please
Make
don't
sure
leave
and
any
dry
water
it.
on it, because that just is...
And then I always like to just let it, lay on the counter for a few days to make sure everything's completely
And by the
dry.
way, these do have CZs in them, and so that's okay in this case, to wash it. It's not going to hurt those.
Isn't that great? All right, so this is what we recommend. Mary Elizabeth was saying, do you sell this jewelry cleaner? We don't actually sell this, but this is one that we use and we like, so we just wanted to let you know what it is, because it's something you can get in a lot of different places, and it's very easy to find, the Connoisseur Silver Jewelry Cleaner. So I hope that helps.
Thanks, everyone.
We really do appreciate you taking the time to watch. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yay.
Good.
Thank you all. Have a great rest of your afternoon.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.